Welcome to Whispering Loudly, the award-winning Workshop Whisperer podcast, as featured by Apple, with Rachel Evans, the #1 automotive business coach in the aftermarket, thanks to titanium sponsor Mechanic Desk and gold sponsor Podium.
Whispering Loudly is a Workshop Whisperer podcast, and Rachel Evans is the #1 business coach in the auto aftermarket for Australia and New Zealand, as is the Workshop Whisperer brand. Rach, people should get onto Your Profitable Auto Repair Shop.
Yes, the free Facebook group.
Yeah.
Huge community there of auto repair shop owners who are best practice sharing. So there's about 4,000 shop owners in there. And one thing we don't allow in there is bad-mouthing, sledging.
Just a bad culture. You talk about good culture in people's auto repair shop, and you have it in your
Yeah, we
your
do.
brand
There's
as
other
well.
groups you can go and join if you want to take part in that kind of underhanded stuff. Your Profitable Auto Repair Shop is about
Actually,
helping
I think there's
each
one
other.
called Mechanics Being Tools. That's the one.
Yep, sounds like that would be right. Yep.
Hey, today is a JFDI episode. I was going to say the real words. We're not an explicit podcast. But I was going to ask you, do you find that people form friendships in Your Profitable Auto Repair Shop Facebook group and they sort of keep each other accountable sometimes? Is that how it
I
works?
think so. People, through the course of conversation in the group, find out where they're located geographically, and there's been meetups, and there's, been online friendships and support. So
nice.
it's really important in business to know that you're not alone. And our group does, a really great job of helping to connect people.
JFDI, with the Workshop Whisperer, Rachel Evans, a coaching masterclass for the brave.
JFDI with the Workshop Whisperer. Today is about job cards and what you need to do with them.
Yeah, you got to stop really using paper job cards and start using the technology that is available to you.
I remember my doctors used to use the old.
Yeah.
Till really late.
Yes.
Maybe they're late to take on the technology, the GPs. Some of them.
Yes, I think so.
So what percentage of people still use paper job cards out there, do you think, Rach, in Australia?
It'd be more than 50%.
Wow, really? Okay.
So, this comes down to your level of comfort. First of all, the program that you're using. If it's one of the older ones, you're not going to have the option to have your job cards on tablets and whatever else.
I think people get annoyed with bettering business practice, so to speak, because if it's working that way, just leave it working that way. And you see that in people. don't you?
And I think that, we really need to remember that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And what we're looking for is efficiency here.
Yeah.
So in an auto repair shop, efficiency equals more money. So why wouldn't we want to be as efficient as possible?
Yes.
We don't have to pay for paper job cards anymore because, you have to get those ordered and printed and sent from the supplier. And, there's also an environmental concern here. And our auto repair shops are end users for many products that, pollute the environment. We put things in cars that cause pollution, and we have to have oil and tyres taken away to be disposed of, hopefully in an environmentally friendly manner. But still, there's a lot of environmental concerns for the things that are used in the workshop.
Plus, if you plug the details into a computer, you can do heaps of other stuff with them, couldn't you?
Yes, definitely.
Send people text messages.
Yeah,
and
so
emails.
if we're not killing a few thousand trees a year because we're not using paper job cards, well, that's a great way for us to positively impact the environment. So there's that side to it, but then there's the efficiency side and coming up to, speed with the technology that's available to you and not being afraid of it, embracing it. And there's a really good chance that you've got some younger people working for you who aren't afraid of technology. It's actually just in your mind, and you are the prohibitor of progress here because you think, it's another thing for me to learn. It's another thing for them to learn.
It's stressful. You get stressed around it.
But, let's make it a goal to be paperless and set a deadline for that to happen. And if you're not using a software program that allows you to be paperless, well, then I'd suggest that you're not using one of the better programs that are designed for the industry. So look into that and, you know, set yourself a deadline for when you want to be a paperless business.
You're just telling people you have to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If you don't do this, Rach is going to physically come and take your paper cards away from your auto repair shop. Well, you could have something happen, right, where people actually lose them as well.
Oh,
you know, in some sort
definitely.
of accident.
But you also create the problem of needing to keep the paper somewhere.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if there's an issue a few months down the track and you want to go back to the job card to see what the technician wrote or what was charged or whatever, you've then got to go and find where that job card is stored, find the box in the archives. Whereas if it's all inside your software, you're just clicking a few buttons and it's there immediately.
That's heaps better. You got to do it. I can't believe there's so many people still doing the opposite.
JFDI.
I'm going to create some job cards now for the podcast station just to be like retro. Rate and review wherever you listen.
Thanks for listening to Whispering Loudly, the award-winning Workshop Whisperer podcast, as featured by Apple with Rachel Evans, the #1 automotive business coach in the aftermarket. Thanks to Titanium sponsor Mechanic Desk and gold sponsor Podium. Want to find out how the Workshop Whisperer team can put your auto repair shop on the path to business success? Head to www.workshopwhisperer.com/whispering loudly to claim your free workshop success session with the team.